Hey everybody, and welcome to Black Mesa. This is the fan-made remake of the classic 1998 game, Half-Life. And it's been in the works for about 15 years. Started out as a mod for Half-Life 2, and from what I understand, they slowly got the levels done level by level. And eventually they completed the first bit of the game in Black Mesa, but not the final Zen levels. And then they finally finished those as of late 2019 and released the game fully in early 2020. It's a year later, and I'm finally being able to play it. Because through a series of events, I actually got a new PC. And, yeah. It's a Windows, and it's pretty powerful, so finally I'm able to play this game, and I've already played it twice. This game is awesome. I think this is my favorite remake that I've ever played. I've only played a few remakes, but this is still my favorite one out of the few that I have. This game is everything I wanted the original game to be and more. I'll talk more about that in the playthrough. And I'll also talk more about the story behind how I suddenly got my PC in the playthrough. But for now, I'm not really sure what else to say. I guess we just get going. So yeah, basically these videos are going to be slightly less edited. I'm going to be just going through the whole game, and throughout the game I'll be talking about what has changed from the original and what I think about it. So yeah, we're going to be playing on the normal difficulty setting, which is actually the easy mode. I'm pretty sure it's the same as easy in Half-Life 2, since there are 3 difficulty modes. There's normal, Black Mesa, and hard. We're going to be playing on normal. In my opinion, this is the most enjoyable difficulty of the game. The higher difficulties aren't that different, and when they are, they make the game worse to play, in my opinion. I'll explain why when we get in, but yeah, let's jump in. Let's go campaign, new game, Black Mesa, inbound. Right, so this intro is pretty much the same, and it kind of speaks for itself, so while it's playing in the background, I'm going to give you all a little preamble. You could choose to focus on my commentary or the intro, whichever you prefer. Anyway, if any game was, in my opinion, begging for a remake, it was the original Half-Life, because I don't think I've ever had a more split opinion on any game in my life, so far, than Half-Life. I really like what that game tries to do, especially for the time. It is so impressive. Like the story presentation of the lack of cutscenes, everything just happens as you go, you understand? And like you explore these environments while also having shooter gameplay at times, reminiscent of Doom or Quake. It was great. And it was great for the time, and it's still pretty impressive today, like not just from the perspective of looking back to the old game, to this old game that did things amazingly, but also because not many other games do what it does. There are loading screens. This is still Source Engine. Yeah, hope you enjoy these. But yeah, in that regard, it's a very cool game. Gameplay-wise, though, I don't think that holds up very well. There are some things about that game that plain suck. Mostly, it's how easy it is to die. That makes the game so annoying to play, and like there are some areas where I got stuck because like the way forward wasn't that clear, but those are fine. It was really just the like how easy and how quickly you could die in any combat scenario from stuff that wasn't really your fault made it kind of a chore to play, especially in the last third. That last third is terrible. I think the level design is terrible. I think the combat is like the worst ever in that last bit. And if you're not like dealing with the instant kill broken grenades from those freaking well, I won't spoil it, but there are grenades that get involved from whether you're dealing with that bullshit or I'm sorry, whenever you're not dealing with that frankly bullshit, in my opinion,
due to the high toxicity,
you're going through the final levels, which were terrible. Like, there's a reason why... Oh, it's showing up a little choppy. Sorry about that. That's one of the downsides with my videos now. For some reason, it shows up at a lower frame rate. I hope you guys can handle that. It should be smooth most of the time, but, like, occasionally will be a little choppy. Hope that's not too bad. Anyway, the sound levels in the original game were terrible. There's a reason why the Black Mesa developers spent like 7 years working on that. Oh, we'll get to that, though. We'll get to that. Anyway, that game was totally deserving of a remake. It had so many good things going for it that I would have loved to have seen it with better gameplay and just a more enjoyable experience all around. And it got one. And this is that game. Not by the original creators, but it still works. And man, part of me is glad that it wasn't by the original creators, because even though it's a fan team, they did a fantastic job. Fantastic job on Intentional Pun. They did an incredible job with this game. So, I guess we could start with my little commentary on what's changed with this train intro. One of the most impressive things about the original game, I really like the train intro. It's not like a narration, a text scroll, or whatever the heck about Black Mesa. Like, Black Mesa is this freaking science lab, they do science things. Yeah, that's it. It's not something like that. I mean, of course it's not, the way I said it, but you know what I mean. Like, it's not, instead of a freaking narration about what Black Mesa is, you get to ride in a train and watch it as it goes by, and you, like, the train announcements add, like, I don't know, they allow you to kind of get a hint of what's going on here. If what I'm saying is making any sense. But yeah, point is, it's cool. It's atmospheric, it's awesome, I like it. It is long, but thankfully it is skippable in Black Mesa. It's not skippable in Half-Life without cheats. So, that's one improvement. You can just skip right to the next chapter, and you'll skip the train intro if you want, if you don't care about it. But I watch it every time, because it's so cool. I love it. I guess, for now, I'll shut up and let you enjoy the rest of it.
Remember, more lives than yours may depend on your fitness.
Nice big lasers. Do those do any actual function? Alright, sorry. I know I said I was gonna let you sit back and enjoy it, but I don't know. I want to talk as well.
Do you have a friend or relative who would make a valuable addition to the Black Mesa team? Immediate openings are available in the areas of materials handling and low clearance security. Please contact Black Mesa personnel for further information. If you have an associate with a background in the areas of theoretical physics, biotechnology, or other high-tech disciplines, please contact our civilian recruiting team. The Black Mesa facility is an equal opportunity employer.
Love that big robot. I like its sounds too in this version. Did it make sounds in the original game? I can't remember. It's been a while since I played the original game, because I've been too busy playing the better version. Sorry.
A reminder to all Black Mesa personnel. Regular radiation and biohazard screenings are a requirement of continued employment in the Black Mesa Research Facility. Missing a schedule.
Yeah, like this line especially makes you wonder, like, what kind of stuff goes on here that you have to get weekly radiation screenings in order to stay employed? Like, we're dealing with some advanced stuff.
Contact your radiation safety officer immediately.
Hi, how's it going, man? You look very official.
Your future depends on it.
Compared to the other, white lab coat scientists we've been seeing. That doesn't seem very good. Well, hopefully that massive robot can take care of that somehow.
Now arriving at Sector C test labs and control facilities.
Special thanks
Please stand
Valve
back
software.
from the
I also
automated
love the
door
opening
and wait
credits
for the security
throughout it.
officer to verify
Anyway,
your identity.
in Half-Life they didn't last nearly as long. Here they last
Before
like a
exiting the
time.
train,
That's very cool.
be sure to check your area for personal belongings. Thank you, and have a very safe and productive day.
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like you're running late.
Sure, I guess I am the only one on the train, so yeah, that makes sense.
You know, Barney's been pretty scarce around these parts. Guess his bar tab must have finally caught up with him.
So one of the things you'll see throughout this remake, extra dialogue, and I think that's one of the greatest improvements. I'll explain why when we get to the true gameplay bits where there's more time to talk, but there's quite a lot of dialogue in this early parts. You'll see. If you know the original game, you'll see the improvements here.
Aw, man, you cut the ponytail. Sellout.
Yeah, like this guy didn't exist. This was just an empty hallway. And also that confirms Gordon Freeman did at least have a ponytail. In case you were wondering about that for some reason.
Hey, Mr. Freeman. I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess. They were also having some problems down in the test chamber, too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Same dialogue as before. I like the redesign of this starting room. It was a lot more square in the original game, but here it looks like it looks a lot more like an entrance room to a facility, if that makes sense. I mean, it does, because that's what it is, but whatever. Anyway.
We can talk later, Gordon.
I love how it tutorializes you to press E to talk to people, and then you talk to them, and they're like, well, let's talk later, Gordon. How's it going? What do you do over here? You're in some locked, barricaded room that you literally can't access. How do you get there? Oh, through that door, I assume. Alright.
Good morning, Dr. Freeman. There was a coolant.
Well, one change is that guy consistently greets you now. And
those TPS reports
these guys also have a little conversation. That's one thing throughout this entire intro. The scientists have conversations as you go through, which isn't that big of a deal, even though... Which wouldn't be that big of a deal if it weren't for the fact where... Hello? In the original game, all they really did was just stand around and occasionally repeat a stock line if you got close. Also... I swear we saw that guy on the train. Whatever.
What's that symbol there?
That one?
No, this one.
That's a finger smudge.
These people are some high skill scientists. I don't know what else to call them. Well trained.
Science personnel.
I don't know about Dr. Truman. Seems to me that he's just spouting buzzwords in his research papers that he picked up from perusing popular scientific periodicals.
Yeah, I would probably agree with you if I knew him and actually said yeah. I think I said
two, or was it the three?
Guys. I'm talking. I think I may have said with you just then. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's one addition to Black Mesa. Female scientists. It took me a while to notice that there weren't any female characters at all in the original game, but now there are female scientists, so that's cool. Great change.
Oh, would you look at that? Freeman actually did show up for work this morning. Looks like somebody here owes me lunch.
Oh, good morning, Freeman. Shut up.
Alright, anyway. This room is actually like the recreation of the room with the three guys who would sit at the tables, and they would always say, "Good morning, Gordon. Big day today, Freeman." And the sample was just sent down to the test chamber. And they say those same three lines. Right here.
The sample was just sent down to the test chamber.
There's that guy.
Big day today, eh, Freeman?
There's that one, and that guy already said, "Good morning, Gordon." So, I just thought that was cool. Anyway, continuing down here. This room here did not exist in the original.
You're living in the past. That experiment was single-handedly responsible for inspiring...
It's just another room you can go into. I like all the spaces there are to explore and like take in the environments and look at the complicated garbage that they're doing on here. Good thing. Oh, I thought this said Dr. Freeman. Is that Dr. Foreman? I don't know what that says. Is that a calculator? It is a calculator. That's a phone. Or no, that's not a fax machine. Fax machines are way bigger than that. I thought. Yeah, I'm definitely Dr. Cross, dude. Can I take you? Who put the computer in the sink? You better not turn on. You better not turn on the water. Or is that actually? Is that a sink? It looks like it is, but there's no faucet above it. If you wanna hear the dialogue, you can just read the subtitles. This game has subtitles, unlike the original game. The original game was at a time where subtitles weren't a standard. So, but this one does.
Morning, champ.
It's very cool.
Hello?
It's a part of Source. Can I interact with this? I can't. Out of all the things you can interact with in this game, the water pump is not one of them. Very sad, but you can't interact with this.
I'm not smart. I'm just better than you. Good heavens!
What the hell? You think you can fix the vending machine too, college boy?
Yeah.
We will never hear the end of this.
Let me go get my crowbar.
Yeah, you'd best make like an atom and split. Cause that was you-know-who's lunch.
Oh yeah, I do know who. I, as the player who has never worked here a day in their life. Anyway, this guy, fun fact, actually has
You better make like a missile and cruise.
a lot of different variations of the same.
You better make like a busboy and get the fork out of here.
And he picks a random one every time
You
you
better
talk
make
to him.
like traffic and jam. You better make like a baby and head out.
Alright. I could keep talking to him to see how many there are, but I don't want to bore you guys, so we're gonna continue.
Why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties?
Alright, now I don't want to hear anyone in the comments complaining about how they removed some of the funny lines. No, they didn't.
Triple pleated khakis? Preposterous.
They even added some new ones, as you can hear. Anyway, here's the locker room. Well, actually, okay, to be fair, they did remove some of the other lines, and I don't think the scientists don't say them as often. Like, that guy's scripted to say it, for example. But there's still some of the more iconic ones, like that one, are still there, and there are some new funny ones, so shush. So here's our locker. There's our Massachusetts Institute of Technology, which I believe is MIT. Diploma? Award thing? What do you call that? Is that a diploma? Degree? That could be anything. It's a full brightness for some reason, and also a picture of a baby. Does Gordon have a kid? I don't know. Also this weird bag that was also in the original game.
Drat. No toilet paper.
Oh, don't worry, man. I got you covered. That didn't fall on his...
Hello?
Hang on.
Hello?
Hang on. Hang on. Hang on.
Get me some toilet paper.
Here, let me just hand it to you normally.
Thank heavens. I'm in dire need of some toilet paper.
I like how that's the tutorial to pick up objects. I mean, it's not the only one. There is one later on that you have to deal with, because otherwise you'd be able to miss that. But yeah, I like how that's the tutorial. Picking up items. Anyway, let's go over here and grab our HEV suit, which I mentioned this in the original playthrough, I believe, but I used to call this the HEV suit before I knew anything about the series. When I first saw it, I thought it was called the HEV suit, like heavy suit, which would be the weirdest name ever. But no, it's HEV, stands for Hazardous Environments.
Welcome to the HEV Mark IV Protective System for use in hazardous environment conditions. High impact reactive armor activated. Atmospheric contaminant sensors activated. Vital signs monitoring activated. Automatic medical systems engaged. Defensive weapon selection system activated. Munition level monitoring activated. Communications interface online. Have a very safe day.
Sorry if you couldn't hear that. The music in this game is kind of loud, but I still think that's a very cool recreation of that startup sequence. All the stuff on screen just adds a lot of... That's something I really miss in Half-Life 2, is that startup sequence. Anyway.
Go right on through, sir. Looks like you're in the barrel today.
I like how they call it the barrel, because it does look like a barrel. You'll be seeing it later on. Anyway, you do need the HEV suit on to be able to pass through there, so very good that we have it. I believe there's some extra rooms here, but there are both okay, there's one extra room, but it's locked and you can't get in. Obviously, that's what a room being locked means, working as a team. And these signs are actually readable now. Already a world leader in quantum physics, Black Mesa Research Facility is leading the field in materials research. Definitely... Oh, wait, hang on. Located in the scenic Black Mesa Desert, Black Mesa Research Facility is situated on 2,000 square miles of land and employs 1,500 people from 5 countries and 4 states. Barely had time to read that, but hey, they're readable now. Instead of the original game where they said... Wonderful advertisement. 10 out of 10 would read again. Seriously, who designs elevators like this? Come on, man. You never know how stupid a person is. Close the door, or whatever. Like, even the smartest scientists of this place could probably accidentally fall out. Like, you don't know how stupid people are until many people have died from that.
Did you catch that last fluctuation? It's nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, slight weird change here. This little box here with the whoom whoom coming out of it was actually, you could look through it and see a little purple crystal.
That shutdown procedure chart?
You can see a little purple crystal in there, circling around. For some reason, it's closed now. You can't see it. I'm not sure why, but I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain in case that Mike didn't pick that up.
We should harness the remaining photonic energy to ensure resonance control. Double-check the Brewster's plate's angles and make sure the superluminescent diodes are protected from optical feedback.
Yeah, do that. Obviously, that's the first step. You know, what he said.
The acousto-optic modulators are on the fritz again.
Yeah, more?
I assure you, we've compensated for any contingency.
I didn't know they had more dialogue than that. Oh, whatever. So, alright, before we go on, I did mention my microphone a little bit there. You may notice it does actually sound slightly worse than my previous videos, and I'm not sure why that is, but this is a new computer, this is a completely different computer, so it's probably something related to that. Maybe there's a way to fix it, maybe there isn't, I don't know, but either way, I'm just gonna roll with it for now. Hopefully it's not too bad.
What's up, Doc?
Are you thinking what
What's
I'm
up,
thinking?
guard?
I didn't think so.
Okay. Way to diss that other scientist.
Hello, chum.
Alright, wait until you see what I'm about to become in a bit. And maybe then you'll rethink calling me old chum.
Ah, Gordon, there you are.
Nice of you to finally join us, Doctor.
We've just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We've boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%. Bit of a gamble, but we needed the extra resolution.
The administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis of today's sample. I gather he went to some lengths to get it.
They're waiting for you, Gordon. In the test chamber.
Right. Come on then, I'll walk you down.
So there's the barrel. That's what we're going into.
Eli has been busy making last-minute preparations for the new experiment.
Greetings, Eli.
Morning, Izzy.
I trust this morning finds you well.
Gordon, good morning. I'm glad you're here. These last-minute changes, they're a bit strange to just... Oh, it's about to go critical.
Yeah, you seeing this shit?
What in the blazes is going on with our equipment?
It was never meant to do this in the first place.
It's nothing we can't handle ourselves, Eli. Run along, Gordon. We'll be but a moment.
Yeah, okay, sure. But whatever. If you guys think you got it, you got it. So yes, that is Isaac Kleiner, Dr. Kleiner, and Eli Vance from Half-Life 2. They put them in the original game when they were not characters in the original game at that time. And it is like, it was confirmed in Half-Life 2 that one of these two from the original game was supposed to be him, Eli. And you may see why if you know what like dialogue I'm talking about. Anyway, we continue down further in this pretty cool elevator. Once again, kind of a safety hazard. People are stupid. They will probably die from that. They should really get better.
Ghost. The radiation level is off the charts.
They should really get safer elevators, I have to say. Radiation level off the chart. Man, is everything going wrong?
Have you attenuated the displacement glory I had envisioned as an undergrad?
How so?
I've got 2 PhDs and an Ørsted medal, yet I find myself doing work best suited for an intern.
Please. You do very meaningful work here.
Really? Push that button, walk over here, push this one, stand and stare at the screen, walk back over there, push another button, again.
Come now, you're overreacting.
I don't know how much longer I can abide these perfunctory tasks. I need more time for myself.
Ha! Don't kid yourself. You wouldn't know what to do with free time if you even had any.
That tears it. I'm going to check with the office upstairs and see how many vacation days I've accrued over the past 25 years. It's high time I took a break from all this.
Certainly, but before you do, activate the electron multiplier and report the reading from the micro-channel plates.
Oh, you'll get a vacation, alright. Very soon, actually. Might not be what you expected, though. Anyway, I love how that little bit of dialogue is kind of a self-aware...
origin of that new sample.
Hang on.
Most of the time, usually.
Anyway, it's like a self-aware joke of how the scientists just stand around at machines. They don't really do anything themselves. They just put input into machines and the machines do the rest. I just think that's funny.
Oh, there you are. Everybody's been looking for you, hombre.
Okay. I can tell.
Here he is.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from standard analysis procedure today, Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And potentially the most unstable.
Now, as long as we follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that. Although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade scenario is extremely unlikely. I just don't feel...
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that nothing will go wrong.
Yes, you're right. Gordon, we have complete confidence in you.
Well, go ahead. Let's let him in now.
Okay. Well, it's time for our big moment. Quick warning, this part is a little loud.
Testing. Everything seems to be in order.
All right, Gordon. Your suit should keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. Now, if you would be so good as to climb up and start the rotors, that way we can bring the anti-mass spectrometer to 80% and hold it there until the carrier arrives. Very good. We'll take it from here.
Power to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable phase arrays. Stage 2 emitters activating now.
Gordon, we cannot predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please, work as quickly as you can.
Overhead capacitors to 105%. It's probably not a problem. Probably. But I'm showing a small discrepancy in... Well, no. It's well within acceptable bounds again. Sustaining sequence.
We've just been informed that the sample is ready, Gordon. It should be coming up to you at any moment. Look to the delivery system for your specimen. insertion or non-standard specimen. Get away from the face! Oh my God! Shut it down!
Shutting down!
Someone get him out of there! Shut it down!
It's not shutting down!
Move down!
It probably was a problem. Probably. Well, let's go out and see the damage. You enjoying your vacation yet?
Listen, I tried to warn you.
I never thought I'd see a resonance cascade, let alone create one. By Schrodinger's cat! He's alive!
Gordon! Thank God for that hazard suit. All the phones are out. I can't reach anyone in the facility. Need to get to the surface and let someone know that we're stranded down here. There's no telling what kind of danger is. We can't afford to waste time. You'll need me for the retinal scanner. I'm certain the rest of the science team will help you along. And for God's sake, keep that suit on until you're in the clear. You hear me?
Yes, sir, yes, sir. Okay. We gotta get the hell out of here. Obviously, that should be our first objective. But first, this big laser of death has to get the hell out of the way. I don't think you have a very good chance. Yeah. This is just a sprinting tutorial, and get right through. So far, all we've seen is story stuff, and now begins basically true gameplay. And I think all the story stuff is very much improved. Like, the story and the presentation was the best part of the original game, and I still think it's improved here, with the extra dialogue. Oh god. And like, okay, alright. Let me just get up here, thanks. Minor lacerations detected, great. So if it wasn't fully clear what happened there, inserting that sample rock thing into the thing opened up a rip to another dimension, and now aliens are coming out of it. Which is just great. And like the whole electromagnetic quantum physics, whatever the heck, Jesus, is causing everything to break and just self-destruct and power loss and crap. So yeah, that's why everything's all destroyed. Now, in the original game, here's where you would get the crowbar. But it's not here. You get it later on, so you have to go a little while longer without it. And I think it makes for some interesting gameplay early on.
Help me! Get me out of
Yeah, I got just the tool for the job. Did that help? Did that help at all? Well, I'm not sure how the elevator got destroyed by a screwdriver, but sure. Man, that's... the voice acting for those guys is quite a bit more realistic, and that makes that scene just a lot more... I don't know... emotional than the original game. That's the only word I could think of for it. Yeah, we would appreciate the help, honestly. Security personnel, please get the hell over here. And as for another example of voice acting improving, like, emotion in scenes, we have this guy.
Gordon! Man, am I glad to see you. What the hell are these things, man? And why are they wearing science team uniforms?
I like the delivery of that line a lot more than the original game, where it just sounds flat. Anyway, yeah, what are these things? They're like zombies, with these little buggers on them. Anyway, here's a kind of a tutorializing that you can take people with you, and you kind of have to take this guy with you because you have no weapon. We have no weapon right now, so...
smell.
Maybe the thing you just killed. Anyway.
Let's get this over with.
Yeah, let's go. So you have to take this guy with you and have him shoot these zombies for you. Yeah, he gets a participation medal. You can help a little bit using... okay, well, he's just very focused on these guys over here. You can help a little bit with the use of these flares. Pick up these flares and throw them at one of the zombies. And it'll light them on fire. Like, I think I can show that here. There's a zombie in here. Boom. Now he's lit on fire, and that'll do extra damage. Zombies that get lit on fire will die eventually. They don't, like, ever... the fire never burns out. They will die from it. So, in that way, you can kind of ensure that their death. This guy got stuck in the door. Wonderful AI.
This place is in bad shape.
You don't freaking say? Alright, there is a weird gas leak here. If you throw a flare in there... alright, dude, you might want to back up. If you throw a flare in there, it'll activate, like, this big wall of fire. I prefer not to do that, though, because then I think you have to take fire damage going past it, and so does this guy. I'd rather not, so... I'm just gonna leave it all up to this guy, even though you do kind of have to lead the way. You just lead the way until an enemy comes, then you get behind him, and he protects you.
This shit is something out of a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, it's more like a sci-fi reality now. Alright, it's fine, man. There's some, flares. Oh, hi. How's it going? Okay, we're gonna... unless this guy's already shooting at him, we're gonna flare him. There we go. I can't decide if these zombie sounds, when they're burning, are creepier than the ones in Half-Life 2. Because, like, they're both pretty freaking creepy, especially when you know the ones in Half-Life 2 are, like, people screaming help backwards. But, like, those ones are pretty darn creepy on their own. Alright, I do want to...
Let me get out of your way here.
No, I want you to come with... okay, there we go. He was stuck a little bit there. I believe there's a zombie in here. You want to shoot this zombie? I feel like we should just shoot everyone and everything. Because, really, why not? Alright, I do want to stop by this locker because there was a suit battery here.
Grab what you gotta grab, but don't dawdle.
Yeah, I gotta grab this. The guy in the bathroom became a zombie. Oh god. There's a first aid charger around here. Hi. Alright, you kill him. There's a first aid charger right here. So these chargers, you hold E on them, and they charge your health or your suit energy, which is the second number there, which functions the same as armor from Doom. I think, unlike Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2, man, that zombie came to life. The amount at which, oh god, the amount at which they charge depends on the station. It's actually not the same for every station. But they do charge it a little faster than those games. which do it 1 by 1. This one does it like 3 by 3, which is pretty fast. Anyway, I was gonna say something there. Oh yeah, the reason why I didn't pick up that battery in the locker before was because it would have interrupted the suit's introduction dialogue. So I just don't pick it up until now. Alright. Jeez, man. Ooh, hi. Ooh, gee, nope, oh, nope, nope, nope. No, you don't. Security guard got hurt a little there, but it's fine. They are just zombies. Yeah, really. I mean, they'll believe it eventually when they see it, but right now they're not going to believe it. So this area is now blocked off due to rubble. So now we have to go this way. And wrap it. That was supposed to do damage, I think, but it didn't somehow. I'm not really sure how, but it didn't. But yeah, zombies can fling items at you just like they can in Half-Life 2. They couldn't in the original game because it was advanced. Oh, Jesus. Alright, one more zombie, and then I think we're done with this little section. Then reload.
Okay, I'm gonna try to call for help. You gotta get to the admin office upstairs. There's got to be somebody there who can fix this.
Sure.
Come in, anybody. This is Sector C, Anomalous Materials. We have an emergency situation.
Right, so we'll just repeat dialogue like that. So while we're doing that, why don't we try to take the transit system somewhere else? That sounds like a pretty good idea. I mean, the thing we came in on. Okay, never mind. That's not an option. Okay, so a little fun fact. Going back to gameplay, right here, if you jump on this rail, jump on these pipes without dying, like I'm about to do. Oh my god. Okay, you have to crouch jump onto them. Remember that the crouch jump does exist. You can come over here and grab this purple hat, which, like, sticks out among the rest of the things in this game. The thing about this hat is if you carry it to the end of the game, you get an achievement. So, we're not going to be doing that, though. I could do it to make the playthrough a little more interesting, but I think that would be a little frustrating. I'd rather do it on my own or in, like, a one-off video. Oh god. Anyway, we do have a head crab here. I'm just going to actually wait. I can bait the head crab into... Okay, I didn't even try to, and he just jumped off the edge himself. Stupid head crab. They don't really think about where they're jumping. Alright, so anyway, the correct way forward is through this vent right here. I believe you get a second tutorial with crouch? No. Okay, interesting. Well, you did get that first one. That was forced, so yeah. Makes sense. That drops into this little room. This room had like a weird thing that would crush you and instant kill you in the original game. I remember that kill thing once. That was annoying. There's so many things like that in the original game. I can hardly count them. But here it's a little improved. Because this is the space where you finally get the crowbar, your first weapon, the melee weapon of the game, and you can finally kill things by your own hand now. No longer are we restricted to just that guy helping us. So it's in first slot, and the rest of the weapons will be in the rest of the slots. And now we're past the pile of rubble, so let's check out what's going on over here.
You stay back!
That's it. I've had enough. Die! Yes! Yes!
He had AirPods in, he couldn't hear me if I tried. Anyway. Look at that fire alarm. That's like the least of our concerns right now. Anyway, that explains how the zombies are created. Basically, these little buggers called head crabs jump onto them, jump onto a person, and zombify them, basically. I think this is one of the most, like, interesting concepts for a zombie. Mostly because it's something different. I believe you can kill this guy. Yeah, okay. You have to target right there. Mostly because it's something different than the typical virus infects someone, contaminates them, reanimates them that we've seen a million times. It's like this creature latches onto a host body, zombifies them, and basically lives on through the zombie form, like slashing and eating people because it wants to keep living, so it lives through a host body. And I think that's really cool. I like the way they do it is really cool, reminiscent of facehuggers from Alien. Anyway, that door is a weird, like, little timing obstacle. I don't really know why that's there, but whatever. what a shame. Anyway. Right here. We get a gun. Just a quick note, this is a shooter game. So, we're gonna be doing some shooting now. Let's heal the 2 health we lost. And fun fact, in previous versions of Black Mesa, that gun was not there. In fact, I should probably let you know about this right now. There was kind of a sizable update to this game, called 1.5, I think, Definitive Edition, that changed a lot of things, like even some level design in places. And one of the things that I think that changed is that changed around the weapon pickups to make them more like the original game. But before, some of the weapon pickups were changed. Like, we already saw the crowbar was changed, but there was more. Now though, the weapon pickups are basically the same as the original. So yeah. I'll explain them as we go. I'll let you know what they were as we go. So anyway, here's a new room that did not exist in the original game. It's got a zombie that really wants to get through over there, really wants to escape the fire, but we're not letting it, because it's a zombie. Yes, the solution to this whole problem. The sprinklers. Just set those going, put the zombies under it, and they'll melt into the ground, never to be seen again. That's how we take care of this. And now you can break windows with the crowbar, it's pretty cool. I like how the ceiling has stuff behind it, and pipes and stuff, it's cool. There is a lot of detail to this game, like communication, and enchanting ideas is two-way progress. Vaccinated, get a booster. What a great advertisement for rockets, I guess. Alright, right here, these little fireboxes are explosives. We're not going to trigger these, but we can shoot those to cause an explosion, which can damage enemies a lot. Staple in most FPSs. Most shooters, I should say. FPSs is, like, kind of confusing as a term. Like, frames per second? Yeah, let's take the elevator. That was a very good idea, as evidenced by those guys we saw die in the elevator. Well, whatever. It worked out for us. Somehow we're not dead. So, yeah. Very cool. And now here is where the, this, like, first coolant area, I don't know what to call this, of the original game starts. In the original game, you would go through that airlock from before, and it would put you right here. But it gives you a little transition now, in this version, and I like that a lot more. Gives you the idea that these places are a lot more sectioned off. Ow. And, even more ow. Holy crap. In the original game, that was one scientist going into that vent, and then becoming a bunch of jibs that come back out. And then there was just a scientist standing there doing nothing, just chilling and watching the guy. I really like how they recreated that. It's no longer weird and, like, janky. There are a lot of things like that about the original game that were just weird. Some people say that it's charming, and I can agree with them, but it does make for an inconsistent atmosphere. The game was going for a serious tone. Anyway, right here, we've got introductions to these enemies right off the bat. These are barnacles. Don't walk into these or you'll be pulled up and will be eaten. You can use objects in the environment to make them eat those instead, so you can pass underneath safely. That was not a mechanic in the original game, but it was introduced in Half-Life 2, and so it carries over here. And we get another new enemy right here, the Hound Eye. I killed it before it got a chance to show off its attacks, but I'm sure you'll see its attacks soon. If I let it walk around, it would have, like, run up to me and done a little charged sonic wave attack. That's kind of hard to avoid, especially in this remake, because they actually launch it quicker than they did in the original game. Anyway, oh, I missed the sighting, whatever. This door right here was unlocked in the original game, and it was also unlocked in previous versions of Black Mesa, but in 1.5, they added this little tunnel, so you can now go in there. And plus, in the original game, you could just go right down here. You could skip this entire room over here. But now, this door is locked, so you have to get around it by going to here. But that room is too cold for us. So the only way to pass through is to go down into this other room. So it requires you to, like, look around and explore the level a bit, and I like that a lot more. I mean, I like it a lot more. Some other players might like it less because it's a little more linear, and, like, that's And that's reasonable to think, but, I mean, I would have still come over here all the time in the original game anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. I like it. So, shut up. Anyway, these are the little wheels. Turn them, and the room gets warmer, and eventually will be habitable for us.
Oh, thank God. Listen, I know where you can find some more weaponry. There's a security office not far from here. Take me with you, and I'll unlock the door.
Sure. So this is tutorializing the scientists, even though they don't have as much of a use as the security guards do. I believe they can heal you. That's about it, and it's not as useful in this version, at least. And I never really used it in the original game either. But yeah, anyway, improvement there. He actually had dialogue, unlike the scientist, unlike his counterpart in the original game, which said nothing at all. I mean, like, the original game, the rest of the original game's presentation was amazing, so I don't really mind if you guys don't have dialogue, but now that they're given it here, I really do miss it in the original game. Oh, look, another one of those things has found us. Too bad. Oh, no, you don't. You do not chuck a barrel into this guy. He needs to open this door for me. Stupid.
Oh, safe haven. Oh. Well, at any rate...
Safe haven, yep, for sure. So, in previous versions of Black Mesa, you would pick up the gun first here. So you would have to go through all of what I just went through with only the crowbar. But now you get the gun pretty early on, and I didn't expect to like it as much. For some reason, I mean, I'm not even going to bother to go into this explanation. I'm a weird person. So, it would take too long to explain, and it would bog down the video. Anyway, we did get grenades. And that's cool. Do you say anything more? I could've sworn you do. But, I don't know. Maybe you don't. Alright, this little pipe over here, is not attached. Or the valve to this pipe is not attached. So we have to attach it and then do it. We're gonna have to do that a couple times throughout the game. But let me actually properly introduce grenades this time. It's worth noting... There we go, 12 degrees, that's better. It's worth noting that the grenade cooking feature from the original game is still included here, and it's also worth noting that if you hold down the grenade too long, the game will actually automatically blow you up, unlike the original game where it waits until you release it, and then that just makes things confusing. But yeah, remember that that's there. That will save you so much frustration if you used to have like 2 where you can just infinitely hold grenades forever before throwing them. I mean, like, prime grenades, like, when I click, the grenade is slowly ticking down when I hold it like that. Anyway, let's carry through here. Let's carry through here. Now let's carry on through here. Oh wait, that doesn't exist in the original game. Let's shoot these barnacles this time. Actually, wait. There's a head crab over here. Never mind. It's stupid. We're just gonna shoot this guy, and then we're gonna shoot the head crab. Head crabs take 2 pistol shots. They're easy to kill from a distance, but once they get any closer than like this, they leap at you. I'm pretty sure. The distance can be a little weird. Anyway, this guy... Oh god. This guy launches this explosive flaming barrel at you. And I cut him in half, and now he's a freaking torso. These guys are actually kind of hard to deal with the crowbar, so I recommend using a gun on them, because if you get up close, they can hit you from surprisingly far away. So anyway, let's keep going. Oh hey buddies, I saw you from the intro scene! Alright, that was a Vortigaunt. We're gonna be seeing quite a lot of those guys throughout the game. They're kind of like the Archviles from Doom 2, where they have this charge-up zap attack, where as long as you're in line of sight, they will zap you. Although I think if you're moving fast, they can sometimes deliberately miss you. I don't know, but they also, in Black Mesa, have a new attack where they can, like, shockwave the ground, and does some damage and pushes you back, I believe. But they only do that when you're close enough. And that guy hit me with that, unfortunately. Hey, buddy. Nice job. It was so slow climbing out of there.
Gordon, is that you? Is it safe? Ah!
Yeah, it's safe. Come on out. It's so much fun. Why are you hiding in there?
Oh dear. I do believe I soiled myself.
Did you have to say that out loud, dude? I believe that little joke there was actually supposed to be present in the original game, but it was barely noticeable in my opinion. Like, I believe the scientist was over a little splotch of water that would then play the little water sound when you go back in, and that was supposed to be that funny haha joke. But it was barely noticeable. I never even knew about it until like a behind the freaking off-camera secrets video I watched of Half-Life. Anyway, this little tube has barnacles in it. Before, barnacles wouldn't be introduced until a little later in this level, but now they're being used quite a bit throughout this early bit, and that's fine. There's no reason not to include them, because, like, they're simple enemies, they just chill on the ceiling, they create a little thing that you have to avoid, and you can shoot them to get rid of it. But you do have to waste 5 bullets, or I believe you could just, yeah, you could just hit these guys with the crowbar. You don't have to worry about it. For you. Hey, now, okay. Never mind. Wait, I haven't been hitting them for long enough. You have to hit them multiple times. Sorry, hang on. I have to go re-kill every single one now. I thought I'd been killing them this whole time. I haven't. Alright, so here's another example of a pick up the valve and take it to the thing puzzle. Those puzzles are usually very simple. They never really evolve beyond just like find it over there or something. But I mean, it's just some like small entertaining gameplay to do. It's worth noting that every valve you can interact with is red. There are many black valves throughout the game that you can't interact with. So okay. Now that the water's rising, we can access this ladder over here and get to the other side of this door here where we saw the zombie. And can progress further into a loading screen. Boom. It's right here, I believe. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to cut through most of the loading screens unless I, these ones are short, but I'm going to cut through most of them unless I am talking during them, so. I don't know why I felt the need to point that out, but I did. So here we have this remastered room, and here's where I'll introduce one of my favorite things about the visual upgrade in Black Mesa. Obviously, the visuals are better. However, one thing, I still liked the original game's visuals. I thought they did the job fine. Obviously they're better here, but one thing that I definitely... Okay. Hi, how's it going? One thing that I definitely like more about the environments here is how much more decorated they are. In the original game, this was like a completely empty room. But now there's boxes, there's forklifts, there's a manual forklift, and pipes, lights. One of them's even burnt out. There's so much little details and decoration added to the environments, and it's very, very cool. It makes this place feel so much more full of life than the original game, which could sometimes have some frankly barren hallways. Like, obviously, they were saving on memory. I get it, but still an improvement nonetheless. Anyway, climb through that vent, hit that switch, and now that powers up this little elevator, and instead of it going without you and you having to jump on it, for some reason, I don't know why that was like that in the original game, you now get to press this button to have it go down yourself. And now you have this little fun bit. The head crab elevator, where head crabs just kind of come down in waves, and you have to fend them off while you ride this elevator down. Apparently, this environment with the elevator and the long tube, which was present in the original game, basically it looked the same as this, is apparently inspired from a manga called Akira, which had this room in it. And also, there were also... Sorry, let me just restart my sentence. There was also a room later on we'll be seeing, that was also inspired from that manga. That's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see, like, developers of the time of, like, such classic games, where they got their inspirations for level design from. You could have gotten off there and gone to a little room up there, but I decided to just wait out the whole time. Now we've got a bunch of head crabs down here, but it's fine. They're head crabs. They can't do much. Yeah, that little bit is fun, especially in the remake where they had this fence so that you can't avoid fighting the headcrabs as easily. In the original game, you could just sit here and just wait for them to slip off, and you didn't have to do anything. It was kind of funny just watching all of them just slip off, but now we kind of have to fight them. So yeah, now we're down in this little underground bit. I assume it's underground anyway. I mean, these are just underground walls. They scream like this is underneath the earth. This little bit with the breaking bridge was redone a little there. There was hound eyes attacking a security guard, and that triggered an explosive barrel. In the original game, a bull squid, which is an enemy we haven't seen yet, would spawn there and break the bridge and like fall through because it was just so fat, apparently. But yeah, now we have to jump on these pipes and go into this vent to get around it. There's a lot of stuff like that. Like, looking back, there's a lot of stuff like that in Half-Life where, like, a lot of the level design you go through, you only go through because you have to get around some locked door or some barricaded pathway. If the doors in this game, if more doors were just unlocked, the game would be like 10 minutes long. I mean, I'm kind of joking there. There are some parts where you're not just going around locked doors, but I mean these early parts would be like 10 minutes long. Anyway, this is the other room from Akira that was inspired from that manga. Except it actually had an intact bridge, unlike here. Okay, there's the bull squid I was talking about. And they've got kind of a buff in this remake. In the original game, they just launched a very small projectile, but now they launch like a spray of a bunch of projectiles, making a generally larger projectile. And I think that makes them a lot more interesting and fun to fight. It does make their hits a lot harder to dodge, but I don't really have a problem with that, and their attacks don't do much damage anyway. Here's where barnacles were actually introduced in the original game. Like, they were just sitting here. But now, obviously you saw they were introduced long before this. So yeah, you have to jump into this sewer water, not the most ideal way of progressing, but you have to climb this ladder to get to the other side of this bridge area. Oh god. Man, this room did not exist in the original game. There's so many things I forgot about. I've even played this game twice and I forgot about some of this stuff, because there's a lot more, like, detailed environments. But anyway, we still have to get up there, and the way to do that is to... teach that door some manners, and then go through here to climb this elevator, bash every head crab you see, then you get to this little hallway, and then you get to this little room. This is fun. Isn't this just the most fun thing you've ever seen? So yeah, we climb over here. There's this little observation room, but it's locked, and I don't think you can get into it. So the only option here is to climb on here and begin our first platforming section of the game. You have to jump across these boxes, and people seem to really hate the platforming in the original game. And I can't say I know why. People seem to just hate first-person platforming in general, which, it's not hard to see why, because you can't see where you're going to land as easily as you can in other games, unless you look directly down, and sometimes you won't be able to do that. However, I can't help but wonder, like, how so many people hate it, because it's really not that bad. Maybe I've just played Minecraft so much that first-person platforming is, like, as natural as everything else in games to me, but it's really not that bad once you learn it. It's really not. And, like, I did not mind the platforming in the original game at all. There were some... Okay, there were some janky things about it. Oh, look, we have ants. Very cool. There were some janky things about it sometimes, but for the most part, it was perfectly fine. Anyway, after all that, we now... Hello. Okay, you know what? I'm still killing them before they even get to do their attacks. Alright, okay. Hold on, before I say what I was gonna say, general rule of thumb for progression in this game. If a door looks like this, doesn't have a knob, you cannot open it or interact with it at all. If a door does have a knob, you can probably open it, but sometimes they are still locked anyway, so you might just want to try. Anyway, here we go. We finally emerge on this side of the bridge. All that because this door here was locked. Actually, I don't know if you could have accessed that door from going through there. But whatever. I think it's more like all that because this bridge freaking fell apart for some reason. Even though it should be sturdy, whatever. The safeties in this place are not really up to spec. Alright, so this little fight with Hound Eyes did not actually exist in the original game, which I think is pretty interesting. Okay, there's their sonic attack. It looks a lot more realistic in this version than it does in the original game, where it was basically like, it was obvious blue lines on the ground, but that worked. But here it's like a little distortion effect, and it's very cool. They release the attack, as you can see there, a lot faster than they do in the original game, and that can make them kind of harder to fight, but you just kill them as quick as you can when they come, and they're fine. Most of them, from now on, will attack you in packs, so you will have to be like quick about killing them, but yeah. They're still pretty easy. Anyway, we get into this elevator, and head up to the next level. That was level 1. And I think it is very much improved. I like it a lot. It's a great introduction to the game. And now we begin level 2. Office Complex. I think I'm going to try to go a little quicker throughout it this time, because I just looked over my recording and noticed I've been recording for over an hour. And I'm planning... Hello? I'm planning to stick to my thing with the original game where I do 3 levels per video, and if I go this slow, videos are going to take for fucking ever, so I'm going to get a move on.
Hello? Who's there?
That's who's there, I guess. Yeah. I like how they actually have dialogue related to that, unlike the original game where they could sometimes greet you as they're, like, running away from you silently. It was weird. The original game had some weird things. Anyway, this side of the vent went to kind of a strange room in the original game that had some loot in it, and it goes to kind of another strange room here that has some loot in it. It's like a weird offshoot room with a fan in it. It has some pistol ammo, some suit energy, and that's it. You don't really need it because I'm on the easiest difficulty. I'll just admit that, like, I've barely taken any damage because I'm on the easiest difficulty, but still, you'll see why in a bit. Why this is the most fun difficulty, in my opinion. So. Let's, enter this room. Try and chat with this guy. This barnacle is eating a lot of things. You know what? You can go die. For what you did to that innocent soul.
Oh, Gordon. If I had known it was you, I would have let you in. Everybody's heading for the surface, but I think they're crazy. If we stay put, someone is bound to come and rescue us. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty, reasonable to imagine. Alright. He's come to rescue us, the barnacle. Anyway, one second, just a quick side note here. This fire extinguisher's brand name is Mac Blesa. And I just had to point that out. Anyway, let's keep going. We gotta turn off the power because, as you saw at first, this little thing over here was electrifying its water, making it unsafe for those head crabs, let alone me. So now we can pass through. And begin this level proper. So we got this, some optional zombies and head crabs here. It's basically what we're dealing with, zombies and head crabs, for the first bit. And here, right here, is a very cool addition to this remake regarding the story. If it'll start.
The following message is transmitted at the request of local authorities. 8 Mountain Time. A disaster of unknown type has occurred at the Black Mesa Research Facility, causing significant damage and failure to various power and communication systems in the surrounding areas. An immediate evacuation order has been issued for all residents within a 75-mile radius of the facility. And on on-site military has been dispatched to provide assistance. Make sure to bring an emergency supply of food, water, clothing, first aid kit, flashlights with extra batteries, and battery-powered radios. Follow local evacuation routes, which have been marked by local authorities, and only use one vehicle. Do not return to the warning area until the all clear has been given. If you are not in the evacuation zone, stay where you are. If you are within the evacuation area and have no transportation, locate your nearest police department.
It goes on for a little while. You get the point. They're evacuating people from the state. I think that that emergency message is a great addition to the story of this game. It kind of lets you in on what's happening outside of this place. And there will be more of them as we go. So, and I will be listening to each one. Sorry, but...
Hey, over here! One of these little buggers latched onto my buddy's head. We gotta get that thing off before... Hey, good news. Help just
yeah, your buddy isn't all there anymore.
Thanks. I owe you one. Here, let me get this open. I got some supplies in the back. If you want, go take a look-see, see what you can carry.
Sure. So right here, we get a new weapon. The shotgun. The classic second weapon of all shooters from back in the day. So, fun fact. Here's where the weapon pickup changes are a little interesting. In previous versions of Black Mesa, you would get the revolver here, the Magnum here, and not the shotgun. And you would get the shotgun later on. But because you got the shotgun here in the original game, they must have changed it back, so you now get the shotgun here. Kind of cool. Kind of a weird change. I mean, like the Magnum thing, not the shotgun thing. But it could actually help for a later bit.
Okay, I'm ready.
Anyway, I'm actually going to take this guy along with me, because when you take them along, they have some extra dialogue at times. And unlike the original game, where there was basically no reason to take them along, and in some cases it could kind of be a detriment. Because, like, you could accidentally shoot one of them. Friendly fire is on in this game. You could accidentally shoot one of them, and if you did that, they would defect and shoot back at you, which meant you had to kill them. And here in this game, they don't immediately defect. They will say, like, what the hell are you doing? But they won't immediately defect. Which is very nice.
Well, Doc, got any ideas?
Yep.
You know, I would shoot every damn lock in this place if I knew they wouldn't just take it out of my pay.
Oh, but don't worry. We don't need to shoot the locks off. We just need to go through here. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Tell you what, you want to check that vent out, I'll just hang out here.
Yep.
Those boys could have made a bigger mess.
I wonder if those boys could have made a bigger mess. The classic lines. You see, they're still included. So I don't want to hear it. I don't think anyone's even complaining. Most people really like this game, and that's good. They should. But I'm kidding. You can have your own opinion. But my opinion is that this game is undeniably fantastic. All right. Yeah, see, we could just use the locks normally like that.
Let's tear some shit up.
Let's indeed. And I didn't even get a chance to do anything. Slenderman must be here.
So much for wishful thinking.
Yep.
All right.
Well, we only got...
on up ahead. I'll secure this area. If you can't make it back around, don't sweat it. Just keep going.
We only got one clear option here, so yeah, let's take it. So anyway... Oh wait, never mind. I was gonna start a topic, but I think I'll start that a little late.
Power level is
For now, there is something quite interesting over here. I think he's dead. I think you could stop there. So, okay. God. Whatever, or whoever this is needs to chill out. It's like... I mean, hey, just in case it really isn't dead, I guess you should go for it. But it was like shooting at that guy for like 15 minutes afterwards. And, in fact, why did it even shoot at that guy to begin with? In fact, if we come out, it shoots at us. Why is it shooting at us? Why is it shooting at innocent people? Okay, hang on. I think what you're supposed to do here is wait for it to disappear, because it will disappear after a little while. And then you could go underneath it and shut it down. The process is a little more involved in this version compared to the original. Because you have to, oh god, not only do you have to push all this crap, you also have to hit this to raise this platform. Then go underneath the platform and hit that switch. That turns it off. And there we go. Now, we are officially turret-free. So yeah, why was that turret attacking us? It really should be just attacking the aliens. But maybe it just, like, attacks any moving thing. And it's just like a more malfunction or something. Hey, buddy.
Roger that. Let's run like hell.
So yeah, you can loop back to him and carry him onwards. And I prefer to do that, because it does kind of feel appropriate that we would be, like, teaming up with others that we find throughout this. In the original game, there was really no point to doing it, so I never did it. But here, it just feels better for the game's atmosphere. The loading screens go by much quicker than I expect.
Glad to see someone else made it in this mess. I heard screams up ahead. You first.
Sure, let's go find the sources of the screams. Is it a monster? Is it a human? Let's find out today. The mystery is, intriguing. I don't know what else to say to that.
Let me get everywhere.
I like how I could actually, like, break the TV, basically. Well, hi, how's it going?
Bullseye.
That's a big clock, man. Why is this clock is so big?
I hear something.
It could be help.
Shh.
It kind of is help.
Oh shit!
I got you! I got you!
What are those noises? What is that supposed to be? I wonder that kills them. Oh, there's also a cat here. It's Erwin R.J.A. Schrodinger.
Holy shit!
Schrodinger's cat.
That thing tore them to pieces.
Yes, I also have eyes. Okay.
Oh, that was awkward.
I also don't think we should stick around. You know, you freaking guys. Alright, so right here is kind of a remastered battle. In the original game, this was a bunch of weird hallways. There were a bunch of weird hallways in some strange shape, but now it's a bunch of rooms and cubicles forming that pattern. But yeah, anyway, there's a bunch of Vortigons in it. And they're kind of decently powerful enemies this early on, so you do want to kill them as fast as you can. And they're dead. And that's the end of that story. Alright, there's one that spawns in here still. And there are a couple we'll be finding later on, however.
Sorry, man.
We could... Actually, let's go down here first. I believe there... Oh, there's this guy. I used the both barrels attack. Spaz 12s actually don't have two barrels, but shush. We can do what we want. Alright. Remember that here, that zombie is there, behind you. They're meant to ambush you. Oh god, oh god. I'm kind of low on shotgun shells, so I'm gonna switch back to the pistol for now. And, see what's in here.
Stay back! Take her! It's not my time!
Don't worry, he's human. If you're trying to escape, I'm coming with you.
I'm not so sure we should go to the surface. What if the world finds out what we're doing down here?
Suit yourself, Clifford.
Yeah, suit yourself,
All right, which way out of
Clifford.
here?
Alright, anyway.
Be quiet.
Who are you saying that to? Well, whatever. So now we got a scientist with us. There is an achievement you can get for getting every possible security guard and scientist and taking them to the end of this level. And I've actually already gotten it. Accidentally.
Power
because there is...
100%.
Hello? What are you talking about? There's a head crab up there, but I didn't know you could see through walls. You had, like, telepathic abilities. Anyway. There is this alternate path you could take. Which is not the required path. Obviously. That's what alternate paths are. And it takes you to, like, a separate loading zone. We go through this, elevator shaft. That has an elevator that is broken, and I'd rather get out of the way of as soon as possible. Oh yeah. That's dangerous. I'm not sure if this is in the original game, but it's got kind of an interesting objective behind it, because I come out here, and we can see that this is another turret. And it's got a switch in it that you can choose to flip to disable the turret. And if you were to take those guys over here, before doing that, they would die to the turret. So you can disable the turret to allow you to take these guys to the end of the level. Alright, we also got, this guy. And some head crabs, but now we can go back down, enter this loading zone, and we'll load back into the previous map. We do have to deal with some vortigons that we wouldn't otherwise. I gotta reload, shotgun, kill it. That attack has, like, the loudest sound ever. By the way, I kind of showed this before. You can buy pops, and they refill your health by 1 health. I think that's kind of cool. The water cans in Half-Life 2 didn't seem to do anything.
I got your back. Roger that. Let's run like hell.
Lead the way, Gordon.
It's kind of cool that in this game, it actually does something. Anyway, we got the 3 guys back. Now let's carry on. Let me lead the way.
I just overheard a secure access transmission. Soldiers have arrived. They're coming to rescue us.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I have my doubts that we'll live long enough to greet them.
Yeah, I have somewhat doubts
Let
too.
me get out of your way.
I have doubts that we'll live long enough to even be rescued by them, if that's what they're here for. Right, so yeah, if you were to carry them here, that turret would activate, and it would kill them, because their AI is not good enough to avoid it. So, yeah. The walking upstairs isn't isn't very perfectly polished, but hey, what game is perfectly polished? Let's be honest. It's one thing so far, anyway. It's not more of those things. It's one thing. Stupid. All right. Well, we got some rooms here that don't have anything in them. So let's carry onward through here. We got some vortigons here that you can kill with this explosive box. Yep. They were both jibbed completely. That's one thing that Half-Life 2 also doesn't have for some reason, is jibs. On that note, you used to actually be able to hit the corpses with the crowbar in the original game and it would jib them further. But you can't do that in this remake, and I've heard it said that people miss it, but honestly... Alright, calm your ego for 5 seconds. So basically, like, I don't think jibbing corpses really fit your role in this story. You're a scientist trying to survive. You're not Doom Guy, so jibbing corpses is kind of overly violent, so I don't really miss it. I don't really think it's that big of a deal.
Hey, what are you still doing down here? Get topside.
We're trying.
Troops are coming in to save us.
Now we're trying to meet those troops. Alright, well, anyway, there's this optional path that has some vortigons down here. Kill them with the explosive box again, kill the other one with regular guns, I guess.
Make sure that thing's loaded.
Will you shut up? Oh god. For context, in Half-Life 2, they introduced the rebels that follow you around in the late game.
Let's run like hell.
For some reason, they can sometimes remind you to reload when your gun isn't full of ammo. I don't know why, it's the most pointless feature ever. And it's so annoying, because they do it all the time. Like, every time you're not max ammo for 5 seconds, they say, don't forget to reload, Dr. Freeman! And I get annoyed by it every single time. So now every time an NPC in this game...
What would you even call these things?
Head crabs, you, friggin' uncultured swine. Took me a while to think of that, and that made the impact less, good. By the way, these vending machines have text on them. feeling peckish, enjoy one of our wide... Okay, we get it. Anyway, this is one of the, what was I talking about?
Scared of.
Oh yeah. In Black Mesa, they added that ability to remind you to reload to the NPCs. I'm not sure why. It's still so pointless. I reload like every 5 seconds. I guess it's a little more useful throughout the early game, but still, it's just it's so pointless. And it's so annoying whenever they do it, because they do it even like as you're reloading. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about is that this room is kind of an interesting remaster here. This used to just be a big empty room with tables in the original, but now it's been reimagined to do a restaurant, or a cafeteria, canteen, whatever you call this.
Or can it?
And I think that's very cool. It's got like a menu here, it's got like a drink station over there, some vending machines, no smoking signs, and even some advertisements, although the advertisements aren't very interesting. Just hamburger. Okay.
Let's get moving again.
Like half of the entire freaking restaurants in the United States have burgers in them. You're not special. And also, soda. Like, thanks. Why not Mac Blasa soda? I would buy that in an instant. Anyway, these guys, we cannot progress over there yet, so we have to go through here and take the path around, so we have to leave these guys alone for a while. Let me just get some caffeine in my system. Now I'm at full capabilities. Here we go. Got a couple zombies, and now we begin kind of a cool part of the original game. This freezer section right here. Oh, I'm full health. It's been redone a little bit. It has been made a little more linear, but again, I don't really mind, personally. But it's still cool, pardon the pun. It is just some zombies, but then again, these are monsters the world has literally never seen before, so it's reasonable.
Oh, I thought I'd be protected in here. Is there no safe haven from these abominations?
Nope. Okay, so yeah. Differences from the original game. This door used to be openable, but it's actually locked now. And you have to go through this section first. It is a little more linear, and some may not be a huge fan of that. Some may prefer open-ended level design. I don't really care, and I still think the section's cool. And because it takes quite a while, I'm actually going to get to a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a while, but never found a chance to until now. And that is how I just so happened to suddenly get a PC. And that's because the computer I was using before was a 15-inch MacBook Pro that had some decent hardware, but wasn't too amazing. And in my Half-Life 2 playthrough that nobody watched, I'm not surprised, but in the middle of that, I actually didn't record for a month because it died, basically. It was basically unusable or some weird glitch, or if it was plugged in, it would freeze up. There's another wolf squid here. We haven't really caught too many of those so far. Anyway, it would freeze up and stop working, and that basically kind of made it unusable. So, it's been a month of repair. Sorry, it took a month to repair. But then, not even a year later, recently it happened again, but worse. It was like, you plug it in and it instantly froze up and stopped working, and that would once again make it unusable. So, basically, I just decided, or rather, we decided to just give that computer up and get a PC instead. And, yeah, so I have one much earlier than intended, but I'm very grateful because now I can actually play this amazing game. So yeah, this section, anyway, talking about the game again, this section is kind of a little bit different. You have to pick up that valve, put it on here, and then put the platform over there. Before you activated the switch to make a platform move automatically, and you had to time your crawls through the vent. Yeah, it's just been changed a little bit, but mostly it's the same type of puzzle. So, you just crawl back into this room, and now you can crawl up into this vent again. Go this way this time. And that will allow us to cross this gap and get to that vent over there. There's kind of a lot of ventage that happens here. From what I remember, I just played this level yesterday to test record. There's you go a while with crawling in vents, and there's a head crab right down here. I'm actually going to get him with a grenade. Look at me using my weapons to avoid taking damage as much as possible. That should really, like, blow up the vents, but yeah. It doesn't because, vents are apparently just, like, the most powerful thing in the world. And I don't have any more witty or smarter sentences to say to that. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my commentary. Hope you enjoy. So we open up into this little room. It's quite a bit smaller than the original game. There's only one barnacle in it. There were quite a few more, but... Okay, actually, there are two more. Oh, whoops. Only one barnacle. Yeah, never mind. There's actually more. But it's quite a bit smaller, but that's fine. It still gives the same vibe. Where on earth did you come from? Did you come out of the vent? I did not see you at all. But yeah, it's... This section is mostly unchanged from the original in that it's a lot of crawling through vents. Minus some loading screens, because naturally this is Source Engine, and Source Engine supports bigger maps than Gold Source. And we come out here.
Freeman! Good heavens! You gave me quite a scare!
Don't count on the cavalry finding us down here, Doc. We gotta head for the surface.
But with all the elevators out of order...
We can still climb.
That dialogue was restructured there. It was originally all from the security guard. Alright, so anyway, we can go grab our friends from over here. These two are tagging along with us, and we can also go grab our friends from over here. And yes, it does look cooler if you hold your gun like that, apparently.
My bad.
We've got 5 security guards and 2 scientists with us. We've got a whole friggin' team. Let's go. I really do like assembling them in this version, though, because... Like, once again, in the original game, you would, like, shoot a guy once based on some unlucky hit scan, and he would defect and shoot back at you, which meant you have to kill him. So it was just detrimental to the gameplay. Alright, we got some guys here. It's just some zombies at first, but it will soon actually become... There will soon be 2 Vortigons that spawn up here. So you want to get them killed, the security guards will provide support, and we're done. Basically. Actually, I think there's one more zombie in here before we're truly done. Yep, okay.
There's no way I can make that jump across that shaft. I failed physical education.
Guess that means I'm playing babysitter.
How can you fail physical education? I mean, at least where I live, Fayed is not graded based on how well you do.
Are we getting any closer?
It's based on you doing it at all.
You never know.
And, like, just actually participating. I don't know if that's how it is everywhere. I sure hope that's how it is everywhere, because not everyone's gonna be good at that. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito. Nice advertising. That'll really get people to eat. Alright, anyway. He may not be able to make the jump across the He's, like, sitting... He's having, like, the sit of shame right now. He may not be able to make that jump across that shaft, but we sure can.
Keep going till you reach the surface. Now, don't you go and
Sure.
forget about us now, you hear?
I won't.
Holy hell! Up there!
What do you mean? Oh, that's what you mean. I forgot that he points that guy out.
I can't hold on much longer.
Well, if the ladder wasn't broken, you would be able to, hold on to that longer. I think he was supposed to scream there if the subtitles or anything could go by, and he didn't for whatever reason. Whatever. He hasn't ever fully screamed on any of my playthroughs, so it's not like the original game where sometimes they play the lines, sometimes they just don't for some reason. Alright, well, if there's anything we've learned about elevators in this playthrough so far, it's that they're not as trustworthy, but you have to enter this one to progress, so yeah. Sometimes they are trustworthy. And this is one of those times. So that ends the wonderful recreation of the second level, and thus begins the third level, called We've Got Hostiles. This is the last level I'm going to play for the video. Once this is done, I'll end the video, and then we'll do the next 3 episodes next time. Next 3 levels next time.
Coming for us! It's our only way out! Oh my god! We're doomed!
Attention, all
Okay.
personnel. Topside, for immediate questioning.
Report topside for questioning. That's interesting. You would think they would want to, be more welcoming about it. But, I mean, hey, this is kind of a big, dumb incident. It does make sense that they would want to, like, question people about it. Like, who started this? How did this happen? What have you guys been doing? Anyway, we've got some lasers that are hooked up to a little thing in there. We trigger them, it activates, and shoots at us! It's a turret! Oh god, don't shoot that thing too much. We get a bunch of grenades, and we can throw them around the corner. Ooh, god, to deal with the turret. Okay. It blew it up. There's an explosive box on fire, though, and I'm just gonna blow that one up so it doesn't become a problem. So yeah, another turret shooting at us, and that's one seemed set up deliberately, like there were lasers here and everything. That did not seem like a malfunction. Wonder what's going on. Suit energy. Yeah, thanks. Alright. Head crabs. You all could go die. For all I care. Hi. How's it going, guys? Now these blue lasers here are explosives. Once again, who set these up? You can either dodge them by doing that, or you can shoot them. I was still close enough to take damage, but whatever. This isn't Half-Life 1, where if you're anywhere near an explosive, you instantly fall over, die, and crumple into a million bits of ash. Alright, so right here we got some Vortigaunts that spawn in. I'm gonna I should have dodged out of the way sooner. I'm gonna take care of them with the pistol. Their AI isn't the best sometimes, but their AI also wasn't the greatest in the original game, let's be real. I mean, I can't really remember what fighting them was like in the original game, but they did kind of just stand around sometimes, as well. I mean, maybe they never did that, but yeah. The AI is something that I might agree. Another canteen, cafeteria, restaurant place, with the same dumb advertisements. This one you can't even freaking read. What the hell, guys? Anyway. The AI is something I might agree that is worse in this game. If slightly worse. I still think fighting them is like the same as the original game mostly, but their AI is maybe slightly worse. I don't really care though, because the game is just more fun. 2 turrets. Amazing. Amazing challenge. You could just blow them up with this explosive barrel, which by the way, these are the conventional explosive barrels we'll be seeing throughout the rest of the game, I believe. Yeah, some Vortigaunts do spawn behind you, so... Oh god. We want to get our shotgun out. The explosive barrel took care of the third guy back here, so we just have to kill those two with the shotgun, and we're good. Flip over here. And another turret. The lasers for activating it are over there, though, so this one gives us an easy shotgun to kill. There we go. Actually, those were the only turrets those lasers activated. If you kill the turrets, by the way, the lasers will deactivate, because there's no point in them existing anymore. More lasers for these turrets.
Don't cross the beams.
Funny reference. Actually, it's don't cross the streams, but close enough. Alright. Shotgun, I'm gonna shotgun these both really quickly. Boom, 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 boom. Got it. I think they're alive. I don't think I killed them. Okay, I may have hit them once.
I don't know how much more of this I can take.
That's a weird little janky thing about this.
Have a unique parasitic strategy.
About this this version. Sometimes when you... Hello. Sometimes when you shoot the scientists, their reactions are delayed.
Now under military command.
You know, I'd really appreciate if I wasn't interrupted. But, like, there's some reactions are sometimes delayed, so I just walk around the corner and that guy goes... Ah! Out of nowhere, for no reason. Because I did hit him with a shotgun shell, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not gonna kill him. So, yeah, the announcement system is apparently under military command. And they made it sound scary. Once again, doesn't sound very, enticing. The military don't sound very enticing right now.
Oh, rescued
or
at
anything.
last. Thank God you're here.
Yeah, now I think the military are definitely not very enticing. Yeah, let's just not go with them. Because, for whatever reason, they are firing at us. So we have to kill this guy. Oh god. We have to kill them. Because we need to make it out of this place. We're gonna kill them. We're acting in self-defense here. And luckily they drop a new gun, which is actually a very useful gun. This is the automatic weapon of the game, and you can fire a grenade launcher with mouse too, except you actually don't have any grenades for it at this point in the game, so I don't know why they tell you about it right now. Whatever. But yeah, it's an automatic fire gun. You will see it in use shortly, as we use it on these people that really should be rescuing us right now. I feel like that should really be their priority, so, you know, we don't die. That would be nice.
Don't shoot! We're with the science team!
Doesn't seem like they're gonna listen to us. So yeah, we just gotta fight them. Let's go. And by the way, oh god. When it comes to enemies, these guys are the main reason why I say that the higher difficulties of this game are not that much fun. And that is because that they are essentially chain gunners from Doom 2, but much more mobile. And they move around all over the place, they move around strafe, do everything, and they can also throw grenades at you. And they use guns, and the guns use hit scan, which means that you cannot avoid them without luck on your side. And that is the reason why higher difficulties of this game are not fun, in my opinion.
All personnel, evacuate.
Because, as you go to higher difficulty, their damage output gets higher, and so they do a lot more damage to you at once. They can kill you pretty easily, like, even on the easiest difficulty at times. And, yeah, for that reason, the higher difficulties can just be really annoying to play. And that is why I say, stick to normal. Anyway, we got some turrets down there. That turret got bumped by a barrel. But there is another route we can take over here. Through this little conveyor belt. There's some barnacles in here. I don't feel like using ammo to kill them though, so let's just go through this little weird conveyor belt thing. That'll take us into this room where we can blow up some head crabs with explosive barrels and then bash one of them with a crowbar, I guess. Jump through here, get onto this conveyor belt, and we run into here, where there is another military person right here. I'm gonna call them, I think I'm just gonna call them soldiers throughout the playthrough. But I might also call them a million other names. They've got a lot of names. Military, HECU, stands for Hazardous Environment Combat Unit. Marine. I might call them any of those. So just know that all of those are referring to the same enemy.
Facility is secured.
Okay, if you say so, sir. Alright, listen. Why are you... Okay, there you go. That did activate... Oh, hi. That activated a turret right there. Let's throw a grenade at you. Get you out of the way. And then we'll throw a grenade down there, because there's a... Okay, and then we'll throw a grenade down there... Grenade down there to get that one out of the way, or I can just do this. He's dead. Okay. I'm like the turret from before, where he's just like on a thing that's already dead. Alright, well this fire door is gonna close. We gotta open it back up. Come on. I don't have all the time in the world right now. Gotta get moving. I'm just gonna blow those up. It's easier to just shoot them and blow them up than it is to avoid them, in my opinion, at times. Anyway, we got another fight with military here. And, this one could be a little tricky. Oh god. This guy's standing next to the explosive barrel, so just shoot him. Shoot the rest with the, MP5, I think this weapon is. MP5 is easily the best weapon against these guys. Works good at a lot of ranges. They were throwing a grenade, weren't they? They said they were. It works good at most ranges. Did that guy just blow himself up with a grenade? Yeah, maybe the AI is worse. Oh god. Come on. Come on. Alright, shotgun. Damn, I hate how resistant they are to shotguns. I miss Combine soldiers, which, like, disintegrate to it. But yeah, the MP5 is probably the best weapon against them. Other weapons have their place. Shotgun is decent. I mean, it kills them, so that's good in my book. Wear your goggles or wear new eyes. That's creepy. But I mean, yeah, wear your goggles or you'll have to wear new eyes. It makes sense. But yeah, some of you may be wondering why I haven't been hiding behind cover a lot. That's because I've tried and there's really no difference. In fact, most times, it makes it worse. My main strategy against them is to kill them as quickly as possible before they can damage you too much. And that's the case in the original game too. That's also kind of the case with Combine Soldiers and Half-Life 2. You can use... Jeez, voice. You can use cover, but... I mean... It doesn't make that much of a difference. They're just gonna throw a grenade, chase you out of there, and shoot you anyway. So, it's best to shoot them and kill them as quickly as you can. In fights like this one, however, that might not be as easy. This fight is actually pretty freaking hard. What? I hit him. I haven't even shown myself yet. They like to say that a lot. When they haven't even fired their gun. So yeah, this one can be quite a bit difficult. I like to kill those two guys, throw my grenades down there, even though one of them landed up here. It's fine because I've got quite a lot of them. They're dead, actually. Okay, that went so much better, and I'm not really sure why. I tried to play this... Oh, hang on, there's one more alive. I believe it's a shotgunner. The shotgunners are dangerous. Like, oh god, oh god, oh god. You let them get too close to you, they could tear your health apart. Shotguns are powerful. But anyway. On my second playthrough this game, I tried to play on the Black Mesa difficulty, which is the same as normal in Half-Life 2. Got to this fight and I died like 5 times on it, and it felt completely out of my control, and kind of luck-based to win, and that's how the combat kind of felt in the original game as well. On normal though, on the easy difficulty in this game though, all the combat feels great, in my opinion. The higher difficulties are not that much fun. Basically, is the takeaway from this entire playthrough. It's that the higher difficulties aren't that great. Anyway, let's take a freight elevator. I think it's the original, it said surface access somewhere, but just so you know, this is a freight elevator to the surface, so we get to see what the surface looks like. Is it all destroyed and dead? Is the inside of the Black Mesa? Let's find out. That's a good sign. The music is a good sign too. I think the surface will be very peaceful, and that it won't be like completely taken over by people that want to kill us. I'm sure this will go fine. Yeah, this seems pretty fine to me. Yeah, look how fine this is. Look how fine this is. Not at all like a total invasion of the entire base by the military that you, like, can barely fight against. They're totally not bombing us or anything. None of that's happening. Okay, there's some guys to kill here. I think that's basically it. Why did they bomb their soldiers? Wait, what? What was it? What happened there? Oh god. I took an explosive hit. Oh jeez, there's so many behind pets. Yeah, no, hang on, that's not the entrance. Hang on. Yeah, fuck you. Alright. Let's get back down. So, surface is no-go. Don't go there. Unless you want to die. We better try to stay undercover, but try as we might. The military are the military, they're kind of coordinated, and they will send people to you like this. Alright, so let's get through this destroyed place quickly. Jump down here, and get into this vent. I believe there are more guys that come, but, you know, I'm just gonna keep going. Alright, so, that was the surface. Obviously, it was just the most tranquil setting, humanly possible. I especially liked the siren ambience. It really brings calm. And it makes you think, the situation isn't that bad. Okay, so now we re-enter. This area has been redesigned a little bit. In the original game, you would go through a million vents for like the longest time, but now you actually come out into a little hallway. And I personally like that more because the crawling was so slow. The crawling is so slow, I usually don't really like vents that take way too long. Are those all... Those are dead head crabs, perfectly placed on top of boxes. That's very strange. Anyway, here's an example of a black valve. These are never interactable. Hello. It's always the red valves that are interactable. Alright, shotgun is still the best weapon for, zombies. For the scientist zombies, it's the crowbar. I believe the security guard zombies actually have more health, since security guards have armor and stuff. Now, scientist ones are the weakest ones. It would make sense. That's their response.
I've killed 12 dumbass scientists, and not one of them's fought back. Sucks. Shit. Come on.
Well, fuck. We're gonna have to be dealing with those guys for a long time, and they're powerful. They're powerful people.
Well, so much for the government. Their idea of containment is to kill everyone associated with the project. Judging by your hazard suit, I'd say you were part of what went wrong. Isn't that right? Now look, if anyone can make this catastrophe, it's the science team in the Lambda complex at the opposite end of the base. With the transit system out, I couldn't tell you how to get there. There's an old decommissioned rail system somewhere through here beyond the silo complex. If you can make it through the rocket test labs, you might be able to worm your way through the old tunnels to track down whatever is left of the Lambda team. You can trust them. You can trust all of us.
Where's the good luck? Where's the good luck? He doesn't actually say it in this game for whatever reason. But anyway, here's the silo door that one guy was freaking out about, and he put some boxes up here. That's cool. And this is basically the starting room of the level. So,
I smell.
Yes, a corpse next to you. Yeah, I do smell that. Anyway, that will be the end of this video. We completed 3 levels. We completed Unforeseen Consequences, Office Complex, and finally, we've got Hostiles. Throughout all that, we basically fucked over the entire planet by unleashing an alien force onto this world that caused a military to come on in and start killing everyone, including us, because this place is actually supposed to be a secret facility, and they want to keep it that way.
PhD does me now.
Yeah, sure, whatever, scientists. We're in a terrible situation. But however, as this guy said, we're now going to try to head for the Lambda complex to see if they can somehow fix this. And that will be our objective for like 75% of the entire game. That's actually not 75%, at least playthrough-wise, but yeah. So, that is where I shall end things. I'm going to do 3 levels per video until a certain point of the game, where I will transition to 1 level per video. And, yeah, next time we will begin the next level. So, that's it. Thank you for watching, if you did watch, and as always, I will see you all in the future.